And we begin tonight with breaking news in Arlington, Virginia. Police say a home exploded and caught fire tonight. Taking a live look right now in the area of North Burlington Street near Fields Park. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I'm Chris Flanagan.
And I'm Susan Tran in for Thasmin Mahfouz. We're going to get another live look at the scene right now. And this is what Arlington County Police are telling us right now. They're saying that officers tried to search the man's home, execute a search warrant earlier this afternoon. Police say that he fired a flare gun and it led to an explosion at that home. And we know that several people on social media describing having their homes shaken and windows rattled during this explosion there at the scene. And we do know fire crews are there as well.
Yeah, we have a crew heading to that scene, multiple crews heading to the scene right now. This is all happening in Arlington near the Ballston neighborhood. It's also near Fields Park and Key Elementary School, if you're familiar with the Arlington, Virginia area, and also by the Arlington Fire Station, station number 2 there. But again, police saying a man fired a flare gun and the house exploded. They're telling people to just avoid that area. There's a massive police and fire presence right now as firefighters try putting out that fire again. We have 2 crews heading to that scene right now. We'll be updating you as soon as we get more information there.
That's right.
Meanwhile, all new tonight, some Virginia lawmakers are calling for a pause on relocating the FBI headquarters.
This is a 61-acre area here in Greenbelt, Maryland. It's a site that has been full of controversy since the Department of General Services announced its decision. But critics of this process, they say that there was one senior official involved who was impartial.
Now, we're talking about Nina Albert, now an acting deputy mayor in the district. As our Mario Carbone reports, she spoke publicly about the criticism, defending herself and the process of selecting Greenbelt.
Everything's quite transparent and open book.
Which is why Nina Albert welcomes anyone to take a look at what went into picking Greenbelt, Maryland as the new location for the FBI headquarters.
GSA on their website has all of the documents that explain what my decision-making process was.
Albert, who formerly served as the commissioner of the Public Building Service at the U.S. General Services Administration, helped select the Greenbelt site, which beat out Springfield, Virginia. And the agency said the site was less expensive and closer to public transit. Albert now serves as acting deputy mayor for planning and economic development in D.C. But prior to the GSA, she worked for WMATA, overseeing development projects. That's a concern for critics. In a letter to staff, FBI Director Chris Wray wrote, "We have concerns about fairness and transparency in the process," noting the Greenbelt parcel of land is owned by the Washington Metropolitan Area Transit Authority, which was the senior official's immediate prior employer. The Inspector General for GSA is now investigating the process.
A decision like this is going to have some people on one side who aren't too happy about it.
Monday, Mayor Muriel Bowser defended Albert.
They should be very careful in accusing people who are doing their job and making tough decisions of anything that is not proper.
And that was our Mariel Carbone reporting. Now, Nina Albert says she will cooperate with any investigation and that this will not be a distraction to any city business. It's important to note her role as deputy mayor will include working with federal officials, specifically when it comes to D.C.'s effort to regain control of the RFK Stadium site. Meanwhile, members of Maryland's federal, state, and local governments putting out a statement in response to this probe. It says, in part, any objective evaluation will find that the GSA arrived at this decision after a thorough and transparent process. And the update goes on to say Greenbelt offers the lowest price and best value to taxpayers, the easiest access to public transportation, and the greatest opportunity to advance the Biden-Harris administration's equity goals.
Mayor Bowser also defended her recent trip to Dubai. She was there last week for a global UN climate change conference. While away, the D.C. Council debated her latest crime bill. Now, Bowser says that her team kept her informed while she was overseas. When asked if she sees an end to D.C.'s crime crisis, Bowser gave a very firm yes and explained why.
We can't stop holding criminals accountable. We can't stop police from policing. We can't defund the police. We can't keep our court system shut down. We can't stop supervising kids. We can't divert them when they've committed a crime. We can't let children in the schools beat up teachers with no consequences. We got to get our ecosystem back in track. We just do. I've been at this for 15 years, and I've seen spikes in crime. And I see our team work together, trying everything at prevention, at accountability, at opportunity programs. We try it locally, we try it with partnerships with the feds, and we will drive it down.
Mayor Bowser's Act Now bill, which D.C. Council discussed last week, gives law enforcement more tools to hold criminals accountable. That includes limiting places people can just hang out. The mayor wants to give the police chief the ability to establish more drug-free zones, plus create criminal penalties for organized shoplifting rings, and to make it illegal to wear a mask with the intent of committing a crime or to create fear.
In Maryland, leaders are looking to address carjackings at gas stations in Prince George's County. The two state senators, Ron Watson and Joanne Benson, are proposing a way for drivers to stay in the car when they get gas. So under their proposal, attendance will be required at all county gas stations between midnight and 6 a.m. The bill would also require gas stations to have outdoor security cameras facing the pumps. Their proposal will be taken up in the upcoming legislative session. All right, let's get a first check on the forecast now with Chief Meteorologist Janessa Webb.
And Janessa, you are watching several things, including possibility of snow for some folks.
Yeah, we have a very up and down sporadic weather pattern that's currently in place. Right now, what you need to know is we actually have pretty mild conditions out there, 46, partly cloudy skies, but we're waiting the arrival of this next disturbance that's going to cause snowfall for some sections of the DMV. As a whole, we have 40s and a few 30s that are spread out across northern Virginia, Loudoun County into Martinsburg. Good evening, 38 degrees. Really, here's the larger setup with what we call a clipper system. It bounces off the Great Lakes, and so Lake Erie is primarily involved in this situation where they're really impacting Buffalo, upstate New York, and some of that moisture is going to lift to the south and impact areas like Kaiser, Cumberland, Grant, and Garrett County as we head into tomorrow evening. So this is in place starting at 4 p.m. Tuesday and will extend until 7 a.m. Wednesday. We're giving you plenty of time here with this advisory because a solid 3 to 6 inches is going to be possible across this area. Yes, you're accustomed to the snow and waiting for your big snowfall because ski season is right around the corner here. D.C., surrounding counties, you're not involved in that advisory zone. Tonight, you're actually sitting under mostly clear skies. By midnight, we're still seeing feel-like temperatures into the middle 30s. We have a few major shots of a good soaking rain this week and a big event going into this weekend. We'll look at your extended forecast coming up.
Janessa, thank you. Let's talk about dozens of children in D.C. adopted this year are now spending their very first holiday season with their families.
Yeah, but many more families, they need families to take them in. Our Daniel Hamburg talking with a single mother in Southeast D.C. who's raising 2 siblings.
That was Marquise. That was his signing day when he was signing to actually go to college.
Bonita Meadow lost her biological son in 2014.
He died at a young age of 18, and I didn't feel like I was done being a mom.
A few years ago, she decided she wanted to help another child.
Instead of getting 1, I ended up getting 2, which was a double blessing.
Turning loss into love, nurturing 5-year-old Montrell and his sister, 6-year-old Monasia.
They bring joy, excitement, reminding me of like what it's like to be that young mom.
They're 2 of 143 adoptions granted in fiscal year 2023.
It's very refreshing. It's uplifting.
Judge Tara Fentress says overseeing adoptions, especially with complete strangers like Meadow, are very meaningful.
Sometimes we don't speak life. We don't encourage them. We're not there for them. Sometimes they just need a listening ear. But as an adoptive parent, you can be all of that and more.
As of September 30th, there were 503 kids in foster care. 58 of them are looking for adoptive parents. Meadow says if you're thinking about adopting or even fostering,
don't second guess it. If it's a thought, then it's in your heart. Just do it.
Yeah.
That was our Daniel Hamburg reporting. DC News Now is your local election headquarters in Virginia. Richmond Mayor LeVar Stoney has officially launched his bid for governor. Stoney is a Democrat and put out a campaign video this morning. In it, he criticized Republican Governor Glenn Youngkin's policies, saying his first goals as governor will be to strengthen education and expand access to affordable housing.
My focus will ensure that every person in this state, every family gets a fair shot at success. And that's not focused on banning things, that's focused on giving folks opportunity to lift themselves up into the middle class and be able to compete in this 21st century economy.
Stoney previously served as Secretary of the Commonwealth under former Governor Terry McAuliffe. He faces stiff competition, though, for the nomination. Congresswoman Abigail Spanberger announced her candidacy in November and has already racked up dozens of endorsements.
Well, Virginia's State Board of Elections voted unanimously today to certify November's election results. So one race will have a recount, though. In the 82nd House District of Richmond, Republican incumbent Kim Taylor defeated Democrat Kimberly Pope Adams by just 78 votes. Outcome will not have implications for the balance of power in the House, though. Democrats are on track to have majority control of both chambers come January.